Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, my students. Welcome to Pakistan School Muscati Learning, and we are learning from our book Amazing Science Grade 4. And I'm your teacher, Mr. Itaza. Welcome to the science class, students. Today we'll review unit number 7, magnets and magnetism. The words magnets we are using for the unit is for we are learning about the material that is called magnets, and magnetism is the force of the magnet. So let's get started, students. Students, now you know that what is a magnet. We are about to review what is actually the magnet is. Students, an object that can attract iron is called a magnet. Okay, a magnet is anything that produces a magnetic field. A material that is magnetic is capable of either being magnetized or being attracted by a magnet. These types of materials include iron, steel, cobalt, nickel, and their alloys. Some types of rare earth metals and some naturally occurring minerals such as lodestones. Magnets have two ends, so these are called poles, means we have two poles, north poles and south pole, just the same as on earth. You must have seen variety of magnets around you, a bar magnet or horseshoe magnet, something that most of us know about. Apart from these two cylindrical shaped magnet, are ring magnets and spherical magnet are a few more types. But these are not the different types of magnet. These are actually different shapes of magnet. So how we classify magnets in two different types? One of the ways which we can classify them is based on their occurrence. That is whether they are naturally occurring magnets or maybe artificial or man-made magnets. So students, as we know about the magnets, that is the end of the magnet has strongest magnetic field, or the like poles repel and unlike poles attract. These are all the properties of the magnet. So when we are suspending the magnet, we found that it is always aligned with the direction of Earth's north and south. Secondly, can't pull forces. They cannot pull all the objects, all the kinds of the objects. They cannot pull paper. They are not pulling glass or clothes or woods, etc. Because they all are non-magnetic materials. When two opposite magnetic poles are close, they attract each other, and when we have the like poles, they are pushed together. There is a force of repulsive between them. So, so students, almost all the magnets that you will ever come across, including the ones we saw, are artificial. Okay. So, what are the natural magnets then? Lodestone is the strongest naturally occurring magnet. It is black in color and was first magnet ever discovered. Some other naturally occurring magnet materials has some magnetic properties, but these magnets are much weaker than lodestone. There are more ways in which magnets can classify. This one simply depends on how long they remain as magnet. Yes, the magnets are also classified into two main categories, that is permanent and temporary. From their names, you should be able to tell me their logical definitions. You would probably see that the permanent magnets remain as magnets forever, and temporary magnets remain as magnets for a very short time of period. So, the magnets that retain their magnetism in the absence of external magnetic field are called permanent magnets. Their magnetic strength never really fades on its own, and magnets that cannot retain their magnetism or retain it for a very short time are called temporary magnets. So, students, we can make also the temporary magnets. How can we make that? We just stroking a needle with a strong bar magnet or a strong magnet in one direction many times, so that we can make our own magnet. Secondly, how can we make electromagnet? And what is an electromagnet, students? Electromagnet is very simple, that when a wire wound round an iron rod and we just connect it with the battery, so that's behave like a that nail is behaving like a magnet, so that is electromagnet. Make your own magnetized needle compass. So very simple, students. Just you have to you need things that is magnet or needle and you need bowl of water and a card paper with scissor. So what you need to do, you have to stroke needle with one pole of the magnet in one direction. After that, you need to cut the card paper in a circle shape, and then you have to mention it four direction. Fold the card paper and keep your needle over it. So your needle, because of stroking of in one direction many times, it behaves like a magnet, same like a compass. You can use plastic cap as well to put your needle, no problem. And you can use leaf as well to show the direction. These all three projects I already posted in the Google Classroom. You can go watch the video again, make your own choice to make any one project and attach the explanation in the Google Classroom. The date of submission will be December 23, day is Thursday. Now students, do you know about how to draw and label different shapes of magnet? Yes, any different shapes of magnet you have to practice for your assessment. Here I am showing you some pictures. So do practice over drawing bar magnet or shoe magnet, ring magnet or U-shaped magnet. That is a keeper which helps, which helps to, make the magnet losing its magnetism. It's protect the magnets to losing its magnetism. Now we comes to uses of the magnets. Students, magnets are used in many electrical machines and motors. They hold notes to the fridge, they help close fridge doors, they are used in microwaves, electric fans, earphones, speakers, in medical equipment, electronics. They are used in nearly all electric machines that use motor engines to make them work. Even it helps to lift the heaviest object like car. Now students, what is the compass? The compass is a small instrument that help us find directions. It has a small bar magnet in the center which always points to the north of the Earth's magnetic field. As you can see that, what happens? Yes. Do you see the movement? How compass needle is moving when I rotated it around the magnet? It is away from the magnet, isn't it? Okay. Now it's a quiz time, students. Natural magnets are made of rock. Yes, natural magnets are the rock magnet that is called lodestone. A magnet can attract metals such as iron. Yes, correct. The full form of alnico, AlNiCO, is aluminium, nickel, cobalt. The ends of the magnets are called the poles. And dash magnet is a temporary magnet. Yes, an electromagnet is a temporary magnet. So students, now it's trivia time. So what is a keeper used for? Yes, it stops the magnet from losing its magnetism. How to demagnetize a magnetized needle? Demagnetize means removing the magnetic field to the needle. So how can we demagnetize? Heat a magnetized needle until it becomes red hot, then cool it. So it becomes demagnetized. Now what we have read, what we have learned in this lesson, the important part are a magnet is a rock or a piece of metal. Artificial magnets and natural magnets are found. The force of the magnets called magnetism. Magnetism works over a distance. Magnetic forces attract only magnetic materials. They cannot attract non-magnetic material like plastic, wood. There are two poles of magnet, that is north and south pole. You can see that. If we are just cutting the magnets into half, they become two more magnets. Okay. And again, we are just doing the half, that is become four magnets. So, or even a single piece of magnet have north and south side. Students, that north poles and south pole generating the magnetic field around it. As you can see, if I have two magnets, okay, and I just make it near to the different poles of the magnet, they are having a attractive force. And when we have the same poles near to each other, then they have a repulsive force. So what we can say that like poles, same poles repel, and unlike poles means different poles attract. So magnetic force act at a distance. Now it's time to say Allah Hafiz to everyone. Don't forget to revise the lesson. Have a very nice and blessed day. Allah Hafiz to everyone.